Hello everyone, and welcome to another week of the weekly psychic review. I hope you've had a great week, and thanks for joining me. We're doing this for the week of the from Monday the 29th of June through till Sunday the 5th of July. Okay, tax time actually. I just got told. Okay, beautiful. So how I work is I work with my guides and all of those in spirit that love us all. And I ask them to come close, give you what you need for the upcoming week, give you the healing that you require, and help you to for a little guidance during the week with whatever that is. Okay, if you just give me a second, I'll just tune in, seal off, call my guides in, and we'll get straight into our weekly review. There's so many changes going on at the moment that, it's a little bit hard to keep up sometimes with actually what's happening, how it's happening, and the sort of effects that it's having on you as well. And it's really, when you're able to just slow down and to stop a little bit, it's like that thing where whatever you're doing, when you're able to slow down and stop, the things that are happening around you, they're going to keep happening around you. But what you can actually be in control of is what you're doing and how you're going to interact with these things around you. So, are you going to, react with sadness or anger, frustration, sarcasm, regret, shame, whatever, or are you going to interact with happiness, with allowance, with acceptance, with surrender, with, flow, just sort of not allowing it to bog you down. Now the thing is, there's quite a lot of stuff coming up at the moment, and will be coming up during the week as well, about renewal and change, and they're saying, it's funny how I said tax time, because I wouldn't actually said that, but they're saying that this actually does have an impact on us. The end of a financial year and then the start of a new financial year, it's really about, endings and then beginnings. So it's that thing that even if you don't really think it affects you, there's a mass consciousness which says that, hey, it's the end of a particular period and then there's the start of another particular period. And when there's a mass consciousness that goes on within this, whether you think it applies to you or not, it actually applies to you environmentally, and it actually does affect you. So it's that thing about, releasing some of that stuff that you don't need. And it's really about, slowing down and stopping and, not actually trying to do too much, actually. It's really about just, keeping a steady flow, a steady groove, and watching your thoughts, your emotions, and, how things are going on and how you're interacting, or you could say, creating action or reacting, hopefully not reacting too much or too intensely to the things around you as well. So, so it's that thing too where when things come up within you, so whether there is things that you're clearing around, past things that have happened, whether it be emotional, there's fair bit of stuff around relationships at the moment, and about what you really want to do, and mixed feelings around this. It's really important to honor those feelings, but it's not important to, and I'll explain this in a second, it's not important to get caught up in all the over-emotion of it all. And what I mean by the over-emotion is that thing where I can feel that there's been quite a few adjustments to relationships on a romantic front, both on a little bit through career and social as well, but more on the romantic side I'm getting. And it's that thing where it's important to say, okay, I feel sad about this, or angry about this, or frustrated about this, But when you keep repeating the same story and keep going over it, and you're just basically regurgitating, you know, oh, this happened and they did this and made me feel like this and all this kind of stuff, what you're doing is you're actually just perpetuating, you know, that trauma to continue on. But it's that thing where there's a bit of a fine line here, because it's good to express what you need to, but it's about expressing it to help you to get a little bit more of an understanding, and then let it go. You know, don't keep going over and mulling over and having that perpetual flow about, you know, this and that and this happened and these details and all this kind of thing, because that just, you know, creates that environment around you, creates more trauma around you. More traumatic events will be magnetized to come into your life, you know, possibly into the next relationship, and it's not actually going to help you to release it and to go through with this. So yeah, talk about it when you need to, get some understanding, allow this to flow out, and really feel it and allow it to leave, but don't allow it to take over your life or your headspace or that sort of thing. You know, you're just basically doing yourself a disservice. So they're telling me I've talked quite a lot and I've got to get on to the week. So, okay, Monday. So, Monday, they're saying calm down. You know, things are okay. Things are in their place. They're actually going to work. There's quite a lot of emotion going on. And actually can feel quite a few people getting indigestion, which really, you know, to me is really a sign of people stressing out too much. Or stressing out about things that, you know, they can't change, that they want to, that they feel powerless about. And this is more about career and romantic relationships. And it's about depression as well. So, you know, if these things are coming up, it's about, okay, what can I do with what's happening at the moment? And whatever else is there, I'm not even going to look at it. I'm just going to do what I can with what I have and then move on. Okay, so Tuesday, what's on Tuesday? So Tuesday is about expression, it's about self-talk, and it's about putting yourself in a place of power. And it's about recognizing that every time you make a choice, every time you say something, you're either going to empower yourself or you're going to disempower yourself. So how are you going to express that, and how are you going to make those choices and feel that? Okay, so Wednesday, what's on with Wednesday? So Wednesday, it's about, it's okay, you know, like stuff's going to work itself out if you allow it to. That is, you know, so it's about that thing. If you keep perpetuating it, well, it's just going to keep happening. But sometimes you just got to feel it, allow it, go through it, have some support around you when you can, and just know that, you know, this is going to flow through you. It's actually going to leave you. So and sometimes, you know, it's a little bit difficult coming through. We've all faced these times when it's like, yeah, this actually hurts as it's coming through. It's uncomfortable. But once you really allow it to go through, it goes through very quickly, and then you feel better a lot quicker as well. When you're holding on and all that sort of stuff, it just makes it longer. So we're going on to Thursday. What's on Thursday? So Thursday is, this is about, you know, building a bit more of a foundation for yourself. And it's about seeing your strengths. What are you really good at? So it's not what you're not good at, it's actually what are you good at. So it's about that thing, and they're saying just giving yourself a bit of a pat on the back. How have you done this week? How have you done today? You know, I'm actually really good at this. Hey, I'm going to congratulate myself. I'm going to recognize that. What things am I good at? And they're saying too, you can actually do this for every day of the week. Next week is actually say, okay, I'm gonna be aware of something that I am really good at, and I'm going to recognize that within myself. So yeah, so keep that up. Okay, Friday. What's on Friday? Okay, so Friday is all right. So Friday, this is about letting go, actually. So it's about that thing. What do you need to let go of? What's actually not working for you? What is actually something? They're saying just pick one thing. what's one thing that you're able to sort of recognize, whether that's, it's funny, I keep getting work and relationships this week, the two main things. A little bit about social, but this is mainly work and relationships, romantic relationships, that is. It's that thing about, this week or on Friday, pick one thing that you can go, okay, well, what's one thing I can release from my system that I can let go, or I can start to be aware of letting go, that's going to be nice and easy, that I can congratulate myself for. It could be something that I say that's not great. It could be, a thinking pattern. It could be an item of clothing that I'm holding on to, that I want to get rid of. But it could be other stuff, as I said, work and relationships. So that was just a bit of a loose example. But it could even be, hey, what's the way that I see my partner, or what's the way that I've seen my ex, or this situation. Okay, I'm going to, release that sort of, because it's more around thinking, perception, stuff like that. Okay, so moving on, they're telling me Saturday, what's on Saturday? So Saturday, so this is about heart, okay? So this is about, they're saying, whenever something is relieved or released from your system, what it does is it can open up your heart if you wanted to. And when it opens up your heart, they're saying, releasing one thing is going to allow, 5 new things to come in. So it's that thing about, the more that you can honour yourself, honour your heart, honour your own needs, honour your actual journey and your process, then that's going to help you feel more supported, feel more loved. It's going to bring all these elements into your life. And it's really about, you'll feel better about it. You'll feel more happy within yourself, and more clear as well. So there's quite a bit about clarity. So they're telling me clarity goes into Sunday, actually. So on Sunday, this stuff about clarity. So it's really about, really they're saying, and this has come up in a previous readings, I can't remember, a few weeks ago, what really are you losing? Or what do you think you're losing? But it's that thing, instead of going, not what I'm losing, what am I gaining? So it's about having clarity about that. And it's about having clarity about going, well, actually, I'm going to release a particular way in which I have thought for quite a while, or I'm going to release a particular aspect of myself, or maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a part of something that you've been holding on to. They're saying there's a bit of what's it called when people hold on to a particular thing, you're not letting go. Oh, you did this, however many years ago, grudge. They just told me, holding on to a grudge. So it's that thing about, instead of what are you losing, what are you actually gaining? So it's that thing about whenever you allow something to go, whenever you release something from your system, you actually gain, headspace, freedom, support, love, comfort, more new beautiful things to come into your life, and happiness as well, and lightness. How many times have you left a particular situation? Have you stopped doing something? Have you gotten rid of a toxic job, relationship, whatever the case may be, and you just felt lighter straight away? You felt lighter, you felt happy, you felt like you were free, like you had freedom, like you were released from a bad situation. So it's that thing about, instead of what am I losing, what am I actually gaining around that? So they're telling me that's it for this week. I've talked quite a lot about lots of stuff. So thank you for joining me this week. And I really hope that last week the reading helped, and this week will help you out as well. I love hearing your comments and your feedback, and you telling me, hey, this helped and this sort of thing. Love you sharing me around as well. I'm available for in-person appointments as well as online. I work over Skype, Messenger, phone, all kinds of ways. Can do Zoom, WhatsApp and that sort of thing as well. So yeah, I can record sessions. You can record sessions. If you want to ask me about how absence appointments work, I'm happy to explain that to you. So yeah, give us a call if you want a session. Readings, healings, counselling. I do lots of things, training, psychic development, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so enough of that self-promotion. Thanks very much for joining me. And yeah, have a great week. Take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself. You're important. Okay, cheers.